Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rob Hieber. And this morning I'm just going to take a moment of your time to talk about our mission to Haiti at this church. And by moment, I mean about 5 minutes. 5 minutes isn't a lot of time, but hopefully it's enough time for me to explain to you about all the work that's being done in this church as we serve the people of Haiti. So normally about this time of year, middle of December, there's a group of about 10 to 15 of us here at this church who are planning an actual travel to Haiti, and they're gathering after the service in this room, usually about noon, and they're talking about their travel itineraries, and they're talking about their vaccinations, and they're planning on how we're going to pack our bags, and we're going to hide drywall screws, and I'm going to talk more about drywall screws later, and we're going to take some discarded suitcases and fill them with discarded shoes that we're going to take to Haiti. But this year, the situation in Haiti is dire, as we've heard, and Susan's talked about that. Announcement 13, we've talked about the Haiti Alternative Gifts Program, where there is no Haiti team that's actually traveling this time around. So in this case, then, we can all be part of the Haiti team through the Alternative Gifts Program, and you've seen the table set up outside those doors where you can actually contribute to the Haiti program. So what I want to do is talk about my experience, because I was on this trip this time last year. And before I get into my memories and my experiences, I do want to talk to you a little bit about myself and the work I do for a paycheck, because my job, I'm an engineering manager, and I do travel for work, and I go to countries similar to Haiti where I lead an R&D team to set up operations to manufacture some new widget, some new doodad. And these are not glamorous countries. These are countries where I don't speak the language, you can't drink the tap water, the air is usually so polluted with diesel fumes that you really can't breathe it, or you go back to the hotel room, blow your nose in a Kleenex, and it's filled with black soot. And so these countries are disturbing, but my employer sends me there, and I work with some people, and we set up a way to manufacture so that my company has a supply of products, and these people receive a paycheck that's good for the labor market that they're in. And so it's a nice example of transactional capitalism, this back and forth that happens in these types of countries. So let me step back and talk about Haiti. Tap water you can't drink, check. Polluted air, check. Don't speak the language, check. General culture shock upon arriving to the airport, check. But then you leave Port-au-Prince and you get into the back of a flatbed truck and you drive 3 hours north to La Croix Mission, New Testament mission. And in that 3-hour trip, you realize this isn't Shenzhen, China. This isn't Manila, Philippines. This isn't San Juan, Costa Rica. Haiti has very little to offer us in terms of this idea of transactional capitalism. What you learn about Haiti is it's broken. It's so broken. And let me put on my Sunday school teacher hat for a second. Haiti, if we think about it, it's the widow, it's the orphan, it's the leper, it's the tax collector, the Roman soldier, the prostitute. So it's distasteful, it's threatening, it's poor, and it's foreign. So it's, per God, it's pretty much where our work should be done. And I say that we may not be getting a paycheck for it, but it is work that we should be doing. So when we go to Haiti, it's exactly where God says, roll up your sleeves, put on your work gloves, grab a DeWalt drill, grab a box of drywall screws, and get to work. So I want to share with you my 3 memories of actually being able to go on that trip. First one, and a quick one, 3 teenagers went with us, Joseph and Holden Thomas, and then my own son Thomas. Having been on youth group work trips many times, it was just fascinating to watch these 3 teenage boys come aboard, their eyes open, experiencing some new things, and to actually see they did work. It wasn't just babysitting. They were in there getting dirty and getting ready and making things happen, and that was such a joy to watch. The second item are the desks, and Dave Trout talked about the desks that were built, 40 of them in 6 days. But what I was fascinated with was on the first day, there was just half a desk built. And on the second day, there was 2 desks built. But on our last day, leaving to go back to the airport, there was 40 desks lined up in that schoolyard. They weren't pretty, they were a little wobbly, but they were perfectly usable for the technical school, where the students are learning these types of skills, where someday maybe there can be some transaction and some skills to help their economy. And then the final experience I'd like to share was like nothing else I'd ever done. And it was a hike. And what it was distribution of goods to a remote school in Haiti. And what was unique about it is this hike was in an area that actually had some vegetation. You might call it a rainforest or a jungle or whatever. A lot of Haiti's rocks and dirt, but this part actually, the boys actually said they felt like they were in a Vietnam War movie. And it was beautiful, and it had a nice look to it. One of the members with us, they had to return back. They were having some trouble with the hike, and Pastor Evans, our only translator, had to go back with this person to the truck. So here we are, 5 or 6 of us who didn't speak the language, who also, we had 2 guides, each with a donkey, the donkey loaded with rice and shoes and equipment to do eye exams and hygiene kits. And we make this hike, and we go up this mountain, and we go through the bushes, and there's the school, and the principal of the school comes and greets us. And he speaks Creole, and he speaks French, but he doesn't speak English. And so we're trying to explain, who's this group of people that just came up through the woods to this school. But my son Thomas, he had a couple years of French, high school French under his belt, and Emily, the Radcliffe's granddaughter, she had some French experience. Between the two of those young people and God's guiding hand, we were able to explain what we were doing, why we were there, and distributed the rice and did the eye exams and had meetings with these hygiene kits. And so it wasn't exactly as planned, but the work got done. So what I'd like to do maybe in closing here is just say that I'm well out of time, I'm sure. But I hope you're seeing that NPC, this congregation, is doing the work in the world, and this is what God has asked us to do. So the ministry of this church and the mission from Jesus is for all of us, not just from a Haiti team. Now this year, because of the situation in Haiti, like I said, we're all part of the Haiti team, so when you go through the doors and you see the table down there, consider participating in the Alternative Gifts program, where we can all do our part. And that's really all I have, so thank you very much.